Hi, welcome to SimplyNAS Media. Today we're here to talk about the new QNAP TS563. This is a brand new NAS from QNAP, 5 bay to replace their old 5 bay. We've been waiting a little while from a 5 bay for QNAP. Biggest advantages of this NAS, it comes with an AMD quad-core 2.0 GHz G-series processor, so it's a very powerful processor for such a little NAS. As you can see, the form factor is not big at all on this NAS. Main advantages here will be because of the AMD 64-bit 2.0 GHz processor, because it is quad-core, this does support virtualization station. Being a TS series, we're not used to them supporting virtualization station. However, in this scenario, because of the processing power that is available on the NAS, it will support virtualization station. This does come in two different configs. You can get it in a 2 gig SKU and an 8 gig SKU. The 2 gig SKU won't do too well with virtualization station. It'll maybe become just your standalone NAS. You'll be able to serve media files, store your data, and centralize all your storage. The 8 gig version will be able to host a VM because you'll have the RAM capability available. That being said, even though the SKUs are 2 gig and 8 gig, you can upgrade this all the way to 16 gig of RAM. So you do have the possibility of having plenty of RAM available for your virtual machines. Virtual machines advantages are what they are, as we've already discussed in previous videos. Allows you to install either Windows Server, Windows 7, Windows 8, Linux, and later on we will have Windows 10 support when Windows 10 is released. That being said, we'll just take a quick look at the front of the unit. It is your standard QNAP front unit. You have your power button at the front and you have your hard drive trays along with your LCD that will give you your status indicators for your NAS. The LCD does give you status indicators of your hard drive health, lets you know how your NAS is running, the speed of your temperature, the speed of your fans, and the temperature of your NAS. That's generally the front of the NAS. There's not really much else to look at there. You do have your one-touch option here for backup as usual as well. Remember, all USB ports on here are not for host. They're purely just to attach a hard drive to back up to or back up from the NAS. Let's switch around to the back. That's the more interesting stuff, and we'll talk about what's available for you to install into the NAS. Okay, bringing you around to the back, just taking a look at the back of the unit. Your normal 3-pin power supply goes here, just like every other QNAP, just like a computer. And that being said, the advantages here are, of course, you've got USB 3, just completely USB 3. There are no USB 2.0 slots here. USB 3s can be used for attaching a hard drive, but remember, you do have that slot at the front of the NAS to do that. So your biggest advantages of the USB here at the back are you can connect up to 2 UX800Ps to this NAS. That allows you great scalability because those are 8 bay expansion units, so you can have 2 8 bays and another further 16 bays to this 5 bay NAS. So the scalability of this NAS is great for a little 5 bay. Of course, remember, when you do add those 8 bays, they will take up a little bit more room than the small form factor of the 5 bay. But I mean, when you need the storage space, you need the storage space. You have your big super fan here to keep the NAS cool. New to the TS series is the ability to actually install a 10 gig card into this NAS. So that makes this a great solution for SMB and even small scale enterprises. Let's say if you need this just for a backup unit, being an enterprise, we wouldn't use this as a general first tier storage. This will probably be your secondary or tertiary storage. That being said though, you still have the capability of having the 10 gig transfer speed. That's great for when you're trying to back up data very quickly or large amounts of data. The other added advantage for SMBs is you can install a 10 gig card and directly connect this to your workstation if you're doing any type of video editing. That'll allow you to have just better latency and throughput to the NAS. You can always direct connect using the 10 gig and then of course go into the network using the RJ45. So I mean, that gives you great flexibility with the NAS. That's basically our TS563. We'll bring you around to the front just so you can take a look and we'll recap on the video for you. Okay, just bringing you back around to the front, one feature I did not mention that I'd like to point out is because of the processing power of this NAS, you have the ability to do some great encryption. It supports AES-IN encryption, which is superb, and basically will encrypt all of your data. Whilst remember, you always have the option of encrypting your share folders and allowing users limited access to certain share folders. It's always good, just in case for whatever reason your NAS gets stolen, encryption is a fantastic option to secure your data. Encryption does generally slow down performance on the RAID array just slightly. However, because of your quad-core processor in here, because it is 2 GHz per core, you probably won't see much of a degradation when it comes to performance, which is fantastic. So it gives you the option to have encryption. We do also want to mention that we do currently have an offer running for the TS563. On SimplyNAS.com we have an offer running for $13.99 for a 20 terabyte 5x4 terabyte HGST NAS unit. This allows you to have plenty of storage initially on this NAS. Remember, you can tack on 2 UX800Ps. So for $13.99, 2 gig of RAM. Of course, you can upgrade the RAM later on also, or you can add that to your cart also. But that's a great offer for you, 20 terabytes of storage space. Of course, that's raw terabytes, so it depends on what RAID you do. We will recommend RAID 5 on this because it is just a 5 bay. RAID 10 won't happen because you only have an even number. You have an odd number of drives, not an even number. But that being said, that is our offer currently. So come on SimplyNAS.com and take a look. That concludes our video today. Thank you for tuning in as always. If you did like this content of the video, please do hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel. It notifies you every time we do submit videos. That way at least you get to keep up to date with what we're doing on our TV channel. That's it from us at SimplyNAS. As always, if you had any questions about the video, give us a call, 407-960-4690. Alternatively, you can email us sales@simplynas.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.